Welcome to Guru Trader video for Friday, April the 30th, 2010. Here's the 7 market movers that we're following today. 2 new symbols, 5 follow-ups. On the TSX Venture, following up on QEI Quetzal Energy Limited, 20 cents up 4. New symbol BUK Bridge Resources Corp, 52 up 9. AAA again, Allana Potash Corp, 58 up 5. OPW again, Opawica Explorations Inc., 20.5 up 3. SD again, Sidon International Resources Corp, 8 cents up half a cent. And SGR again, San Gold Corporation, 436 up 29. And lastly, on the TSX, first time mentioning BWR Breakwater Resources Limited, 42.5 up 4. Let's take a closer look at these stocks. Quetzal Energy Limited, QEI on the TSX Venture, 20 cents up 4 cents, 25% move, showed up on the percentage movers. Also, I believe was the most active stock in the TSX today, over 14 million shares traded. Market cap's a little over 49 million. The 52-week high was 26 cents, which it did on May the 11th of last year. The low was 7 cents, and it hasn't really done much for the year. We mentioned it one time before on March 31st at 18.5 cents. Now they put out news on April 26th, Quetzal Energy Limited cases at ZAM number 3A as a potential oil well in Guatemala and provides update on Colombian operations. Now looking at the 1-year chart, it kind of has a hard time getting through this 20 cent range. It kind of dropped off there, failed again, failed again, failed again. So let's see if it can push through 20 and preferably smash through that 25 cent. But looking at that 5-year chart, you can see the stock was up to $3 a few years ago and has kind of died and gone sideways since. So let's see what this well does for them and if they can finally break through. Now they also had, on March 18th, they announced an 8.2 million private placement, 58.8 million units, 14 cents a share with a 20 cent warrant. So keep that in mind. So anyway, we'll keep that on our radar. Moving on, BUK, new first time mentioning Bridge Resources, 52 up 9, 21% move, over 5 million shares traded. So showed up as a percentage leader and as a volume leader. 73 million market cap. The 52-week high was 48 cents, which it did yesterday. The low was 17 cents, which it did February the 16th. Almost looks like a saucer there. I'd have to look at the long-term chart. But we're mentioning Bridge because yesterday we mentioned Paramax. Now Paramax, we've been mentioning 3 or 4 times since March 15th at 18 cents. If you want to check our Twitter timeline at twitter.com/investorsguru. And Bridge Resources and Paramax announced initial test results on their first Idaho well. So that seems to be what's moving the stock and making new highs, traded as high as 56 cents today on heavy volume. So let's see if that continues. We'll keep them both on our radar. Moving on to AAA, Allana Potash Corp again, 58 cents up a nickel, almost a 10% move. 1.6 million shares traded, 56 million market cap. The 52-week high was 57 cents, which it did on April the 13th. The low was 12 cents, which it did April the 30th of last year. Has a nice looking, gradually sloping chart. And we mentioned Allana, I think one time before on February the 24th at 46.5 cents. So it's had a nice move. It's gradual, slow building. Now, interesting story too. If you, let's see, April 26th they renewed their investor relations, granted some options. But if you read the about Allana Potash, it says they're a publicly traded corporation with a focus on the acquisition and development of potash assets internationally, with its major focus on a previously explored potash property in Ethiopia with a NI 43-101 compliant inferred mineral resources of over 100 million tons of potash mineralization. So interesting story. It says there's approximately 115 million shares outstanding. So we'll going to continue to keep our eye on that one. We'll move on. OPW again, Opawica Explorations. Just started mentioning this one recently. April 26th. So not that few days ago. I think Monday that was. 15 cents we mentioned this one. So it's 20.5 up 3, 17% move. Showed up again on the percentage movers. 2.3 million shares traded. 55 million outstanding, 11 million market cap. The previous 52-week high was 22.5, which it did on April the 28th, so a couple days ago, and the low was 4 cents, which it did September the 16th of last year. Now it's had this spike, so it's probably moving in anticipation of drill results, because on the 23rd they announced Opawica update on Atiqua Lake drilling and Bro property. So find out what their find out what they're doing right now and what their drilling plans are over the summer and what kind of news flow to expect from this company, but we're going to keep them on our radar. And SD again, Sidon International Resources, 8 cents, up half a cent, 6% move, 5.5 million shares. So we're mentioning it because of the volume. And also it again broke that 52-week high yesterday, made a 52-week high of 8 cents, low was 2.5 cents. Hadn't done anything. Now it's kind of draw a line across there. Maybe it's breaking out. I don't know. It's hard to say. But it did trade as high as 9 cents a day. So I mentioned it made a new 52-week high with the volume. Now, as far as news flow, there's really nothing to explain what's causing it. I mean, the stock's not running away with itself. It's only 8 cents. But anyway, on March 31st, they announced Sidon Options high-grade gold project in Tanzania. I don't know if that has anything to do with why the stock's moving up or if it's just with general sentiment in the market. On March 22nd, they announced they've acquired 5,200 contiguous acres in direct vicinity of the Windfall Lake discovery in Quebec. So that may have something to do with it. And they also announced something to do with lithium properties. So they have got a number of irons in the property. Neat little company. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that one to see if it continues to build. And moving on, SGR San Gold Corporation, 436 up 29, 7% move. Almost 3 million shares traded. Now this is arguably not a small cap anymore. 1.2 billion is the market cap. The 52-week high was 415, which it did on yesterday, and the low was at $1.99, which it did May the 7th. Has a nice gradually sloping chart over the last year. Now it's moved with the general gold market, and they have some substantial results. And they announced they were halted, and on April 22nd they announced San Gold drills high grade in new East Zone RL East Zone, including 4.9 meters of 319 grams per ton. So that, I don't know, first glance looks like a very high grade, but smaller intervals. But I'd look into that. There's all kinds of results in there, and they have various results throughout here. There's also this financing on March 26, 26 million bought deal at 405. So very active company, and actually we've been following San Gold for a while at our site on our top 30 small caps. I think I put it on here. Yeah, San Gold we added last March 30th of last year at $1.80. So that's still on our radar. So just an update because it broke its 52-week high today, which was 415, traded as high as 443 today so far. And lastly, on the TSX, BWR Breakwater Resources Limited, 42.5 up 4, 10% move. 19 million shares traded, so the volume seems to be picking up on this one. Now keep in mind, there's over 700 million shares outstanding in this company. It's almost a $300 million company, even though it's only a 42-cent stock. The 52-week high is 52 cents, which it did on January the 7th, and kind of went sideways. Be more instructive to look at the longer-term chart. Now they're moving on financial results and operating results. They have production, base metals, zinc mainly, I believe, with some gold and other metals credits. So they're in a positive net earnings position, whereas they lost money last year. So I'd look over all those financial results and check under our analyst and earnings tab. There's probably some analyst recommendations or earnings targets by the main brokerage firms out there. Now I've traded Breakwater in the past and during this run, and so you can see this stock was up at $3 a couple years ago, kind of fell off on its own and then really crashed with the market, and has been sort of building since then. So it's worthwhile to keep an eye on, and let's see if that volume continues to build on that if they take a run at that 52-cent high. Anyway, that's about it for today. Do your homework, trade safely, and we'll talk with you on Monday. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader Tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/investorsguru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at investorsguru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.